The program, Lou and Jackie here.
Good morning.
Being joined by a couple of Jens.
Yeah.
How about that? We have Jennifer Browne and Jennifer Webster joining us in studio right now because, you know, the business world right now is a very confusing place, Jackie.
Absolutely. And let's talk about just life in general, how we want to start our morning in a positive way. That's what CWIO Live is all about. But how about we take that influence into our everyday and also into the workforce as well? And that's kind of what these ladies are talking about with a great event coming up as well. So Jennifer Browne, Jennifer Webster joining us this morning. Thank you both for being here. So how do we even start with that? If we're wanting to be more positive people in our lives and in the workforce, how does that even begin?
Yeah, so Jen and I have I've been in the business world for 28 years, designing and implementing employee benefit programs, and Jen and I started a company 10 years ago collectively together called One Body 3. And what we really believed is that there was this change in focus from just what are the benefits that we can offer our employees to what are the cultures that we want to build where we can help people really belong and find belonging in that space.
Belong in the workplace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that is as important as anything else, because if you don't want to go to work because of the environment, that changes the game, doesn't it?
For sure, for sure. And when we're looking at engagement, we're looking at all the things that business owners are looking to accomplish around engagement. Making sure that we can connect people to that is really important. And then out of that, we recognize that actually businesses were looking for connection, that they were looking to connect to other leaders in such a way that they could learn and grow around some of the things that they're doing. And so that is the whole purpose of our launch event on Thursday. And is really that space.
So it's about businesses wanting to connect with other businesses, or how does that look like?
Yeah, so really it's a community that was put together in this world that we find ourselves in. We really believed that there was changes happening at an extraordinary rate. And we really saw more of a desire for, or we were seeing a lot of division, and we're like, how do we connect people? How do we unite them in common purpose? And how do we move with each other in a space where we can actually accomplish good?
And what were we finding? What are things that we could even suggest this morning that could put people on the right path?
Well, we are finding that when you're looking for a common denominator, you're looking for purpose, right? And it's something that brings everybody together. We're really noticing in the culture right now, people are looking for meaning and significance. And so a place of belonging is one level that we can go to, but we're trying to go to that next level and give people that space where they can say, you know what, I know what I'm doing, there's a purpose for what I'm doing, and I'm making an impact in the community that I'm living in.
Yes.
And are we doing that as individuals, or are we doing that in the workplace and saying, okay, my contribution of what I do every day is this, and that's why it's important?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Like you belong. Right?
Yes, you belong, but if you think about where you belong to several different influences inside of your community. And so what we're trying to do in our To Know community is we're bringing those 7, we believe there's 7 of them, that you touch every day. And we're bringing all of those influential leaders together and providing that environment where they can together find out what we can do to bring influence and bring meaning to our communities.
You said there's 7
As I
different...
say, can you break that down a little bit? First
Yes,
of all,
yeah,
the To Know launch, and then the To Know what that means, but then also what those 7 things are. That
so when Jen and I created this years ago, we said we want a place where people can be known, and it's to know and be known is our tagline, if you will.
Right.
But we wanted people to be able to come in and together collectively work in that space. And so when I talk about the 7 cultural influences, I hope I get these right, Browne?
I'll help you.
There's arts and entertainment. Okay. There's the church community. There's what we call family or tribe community. There's business, and there's government, and there's education.
And media, how can we forget
media.
that?
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
And these
come on this show.
These are all things that you touch on a regular basis, or where did those 7 come from?
Yes. Gabe Lyons put this work together years ago when he identified the places that people in their community touch. And so if you think about those several cultural influences, you have a touch in every single one of them. And so what we wanted to do was create a community where people from all of those cultural influences would come together and think about how do we create unity inside of a community rather than the divide that tends to happen in our culture.
Was there any one common denominator that when you brought everybody together, it seemed like this is the one thing that is going to unite everyone?
Yeah. It is absolutely purpose. Everybody's trying to answer the question of what gives us meaning. Right? You can belong somewhere, but if you look at that hierarchy of needs that people naturally have, there's a sense of belonging, but then that next step, we have to know that we have impact and influence in the places that we belong. And so we all have that as a common denominator to drive really behavior.
Yeah, but you have impact and influence in the job that you're doing or in the business that you're working in. But
you hope you do.
But I'm saying, it should be a positive influence, not a negative influence on what the culture is.
Right.
And so
because that could be as much a deterrent for people coming to work or doing their job correctly as anything else.
Right,
Absolutely.
we're measuring that every single day.
So if we go to Thursday's event, the main topic for Thursday's event, one of the main topics is around workforce development. It's around this whole need that we have with such low unemployment that as employers, how do we attract people to our workplaces? How do we attract the next generation, and what does that look like? And so not only are we engaging businesses in that discussion, we're engaging schools in that discussion. And so and we're also talking to government in that discussion as well. And so how do we, in three of those cultural influences, how do we start to create solutions that we can deal with this issue that we have at hand? And so it's really looking at pulling all those 7 cultural influences into that question or that change we find ourselves in.
So who is this event perfect for coming up on Thursday? If people are hearing this and they're like, okay, this is making sense, I understand I need this in my life, but how is this event going to help, and who is this perfect for me?
Yeah, this event really is perfect for anyone that is in any kind of business education. It really is perfect for anyone who has a passion.
An employer or an employee?
Yes.
The answer is yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, because you could have an employee that maybe doesn't have the influence title inside of a business, but they might have influence and title in some part of their community.
Oh,
they might serve on the school board.
Sure.
You know, any space of that influence
it could be a
in
parent,
one of the 7.
Yeah, it could be a parent that has a child that has a passion around, my child is not ready for college, but they're looking for employment. How am I going to actually help them to find the employer of their choice? What does that look like? Yeah.
And you're just trying to give the tools necessary so we can all reach out and communicate and find the strengths in all of us so that we can find our purpose.
Yeah, it has a great workshop feel. So what we do, again, is we bring the topic, what's the no? We bring the topic forward. We provide workshop space that allows people to really work through that, and they leave with something that they can do that has great intention behind it, whether that's individually or collectively as an organization.
I find it interesting that the third thing you mentioned down here was family or tribe.
Yes.
And what's your definition of tribe?
So what I mean by that is that it's your sphere of influence, right? It's that group or family. Families have such an interesting definition to them today, and so that's why we call it a tribe. You know, Jen and I consider ourselves to be family. There's no blood there, but we are a tribe. Our families do everything together, and we have power or influence when those two come together, so hence the tribe.
There you go.
People you surround yourself with that
Absolutely.
have a huge influence on you.
And back to this who can come piece, you know, I was a stay-at-home mom for years, but I was on lots of leadership teams at that point in time. And so again, there's just that ability. Family is a huge, or tribe is a huge influence. And so there is impact to have there and community to join in that time.
Absolutely. Now we keep mentioning Thursday, but where exactly is this taking place?
Yeah, so it's taking place at Glen Oaks from 8:30 to 4.
Okay.
We do have a registration discount. We're offering half off if you just mention CW Iowa.
Okay.
That code there, and you go to the you go to the website there, or the information there, or make that phone call. We'll be happy to get you, gosh, I'm going to get this right. We'll be happy to get you signed up.
Okay, perfect.
I'm looking at the screen going, there's no website there.
On the top.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And is that the correct website, toknowcommunity.com?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so if you go there, more details on the launch conference that's going to be happening this Thursday. But if you use CW Iowa in the code, you can save a few bucks to be a part of this. And we ask that
half
you
price.
That's more than
pre-register, be involved, and find out how we can find a purpose, but also get along in a positive way in our community.
Yeah, how we can build each other up. I mean, I think that we just live in kind of funny times where, one, we're thinking about what, there's a lot of self, and then we're really in this space of there's a lot of division. And I just think there's just a lot of opportunity to come together and figure out collectively how we can unite and what we can do together. So.
There you go. Just look beyond the horizon a little bit, and everything could be better.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
to see you this
Yeah,
morning.
thank you.